Well, there were 60 starters in the women's race early this morning. Beautiful sunny conditions it was. They're all wearing their sunglasses, setting off on what was supposed to be 8 laps. Enjoyed the conditions early on. They climbed well, but unfortunately, without even a lap completed, this happened. A big smash on one of the descents, and a lot of the women who were following at the back of the peloton smashed into the cars, which couldn't get through those little narrow streets. The race had to be neutralized. All the girls slowed down. The race was stopped. Eventually, we got it restarted, though, but unfortunately now they're only going to be doing 4 laps rather than 8. So a shortened race, unfortunately, for the women, but it's gone pretty much as we expected. Nicole Cooke in a leading break of 4, being challenged by the 3 Cervelo girls, Sharon Laws, Emma Pooley and Lizzie Armitstead. They're challenging her all the way. We're into the last lap. Let's join our commentators, Brian Smith and Anthony McCross.
Well, thanks very much, Graham. It is as we expected as the riders make their way onto the final loop of 12 kilometres, and we have these 4 riders together, and it is a fantastic group of 4 riders: Nicole Cooke, Lizzie Armitstead, Sharon Laws and Emma Pooley. Nicole Cooke, of course, completely outnumbered by the Cervelo test team riders, who are the 3 riders in black. But it's going to be all about these climbs, Brian, because we would expect, of course, Emma Pooley to try and break Nicole Cooke on this final climb.
Well, the reduced distance of this women's race has meant that it might not be as long and tough as everybody thought it was. I think Nicole Cooke, if she could be in the last position, you know, as 2 or more riders just join, because they're not really, you know, they're all looking at each other, nothing's happening.
Look at this though, Brian. We were looking at a group of 4 riders, and now we have got a group of 6, because 2 riders have jumped across to the Cervelo test team group and Nicole Cooke group, and in this, the 2 riders who've just made the junction: Emma Trott wearing number 31 and at number 11 Katie Colclough. This has completely changed now, the shape of this race, because of course Katie Colclough and Emma Trott, the 2 riders who've just made the junction, have been teammates of Nicole Cooke all season.
Well, this is playing into Nicole Cooke's hands, because before we had 3 Cervelo test team riders, Nicole Cooke on the right hand side of the screen just taking a drink out her bottle at the moment. If she could have the chance right from the start of this race to be in with a shout in the last lap with the 3 Cervelo tests, she would take it. She's in a great position at the moment, but there's been lack of cohesion, I think, with the Cervelo test team. They've not really won on the attack, made it hard enough for Nicole Cooke. She's still in with a shout, and she'll be the happy one.
Well, we're looking here at the chasing group, and there's a few more riders, I think, who are going to maybe even get here. Nicole Cooke puts in a huge turn on the climb, because there we are, we can see the World Championship bands round the jersey. She is concerned about the rider on the right-hand side, Emma Pooley, in the red, white and black colours of Cervelo, the rider who has been on form all season, and Cooke is desperately trying to get back onto the wheel.
Well, she's zigzagging all over the road, and she really had Nicole Cooke in the back foot there. She sits up and Nicole Cooke comes up alongside. Nicole Cooke has to keep on pushing on. If she sits up here, the other riders from Cervelo test team, who look to be struggling at the moment, get over the top of this climb. It's them to attack, but she goes again on the right hand side.
Well, Nicole Cooke this morning, she looked so focused on the start line. You can tell when Nicole is focused and ready, she just stares dead ahead on the start line. That's what she did this morning. She glances around. Pooley looks so easy, but if we get to the flat road, Pooley will be not on her main territory, and then the whole thing will flip to Lizzie Armitstead and Nicole Cooke. Now they're doing almost track stands on this climb. Well, Emma Pooley, I spoke to her yesterday. She's fresh from winning the Giro del Trentino. She looks around, she says to Sharon Laws, "You've got to get back up here. I need your help." She doesn't want to go it alone. She's saying, "Get up here now. Come on, I need you to have extra numbers so we can outclass Nicole Cooke at the finish." Here they go, down this descent. It's all about teamwork. Speaking to Emma yesterday, she said, "I've had wins when I wasn't really expecting it." The win in Giro del Trentino in Italy recently, she'd had a break. She wasn't looking to win, but she's so happy in this Cervelo test team with the way they ride, the equipment they've got and everything else, that she just feels confident. She knows she's got 2 good teammates, and the wins just come with the morale.
I'll tell you what, Anthony, I think this national championship is just drifting slightly away from Emma Pooley at the moment. That was a big opportunity there in the hard part of the climb to distance Nicole Cooke. It's not happened. She's sitting on, she's looking back, she's waiting for her two other teammates, because she knows, I think the only way to beat Nicole Cooke is get down off these moorlands into the finishing area, and there's still an opportunity for Lizzie Armitstead to beat Nicole Cooke in the sprint. So that's why Nicole Cooke is keeping on, putting the pressure on, because in this situation, two riders, she's going to be coming out the winner at the end of the stage today. And look at the two riders just coming back, and that's sitting in perfectly for Cervelo testing. That's why Emma Pooley's just sat at the back at the moment.
Emma Pooley's got a race face on. Look at that. How focused is this rider? Last season, when she lost in Abergavenny, she was pretty much inconsolable at the finish. She just stared, she looked, she just couldn't believe she'd been beaten at the finish. This rider, of course, finished on the podium, Lizzie Armitstead, who is using her track speed now. She isn't a climber, but she's absolutely flying down this descent over the cattle grid, desperately trying to get back on, as Sharon Laws just sits in the gap there, Brian, just trying to give her a carrot to chase, and then they'll work together to come back.
Well, just look at the duo in front. Nicole keeping the pressure on. Emma Pooley just sitting on the wheel at the moment. She's waiting for Sharon Laws and Armitstead to come back. Looking at it at the moment for Cervelo testing, coming off this climb at the moment. There's still a couple of wee climbs to go. I think strength-wise, Nicole Cooke has got it today, and the only way she can be beaten is by possibly Liz Armitstead when it comes to a sprint finish, and she goes again.
Well, she looks around and she just desperately doesn't want those two riders to make the junction. She's making it as difficult as she possibly can. I'm trying to think back to the last time I saw Nicole Cooke ride like this, and I think it was maybe even the Olympic Games. This national title that she has won 9 times in a row, 10 times in total, she's completely made her own, and she wants to try and equal or better the record of course, the record holder who's got more wins than anybody else.